Greetings, Ravens Nation. My name is Quentin Brooker, and I am the president of the Cy-Fair Ravens Youth Athletic Club 501c3. Just this past week, myself and the board of directors made the extremely difficult decision of canceling our spring 2020 football campaign due to the global pandemic known as COVID-19. As you may be aware, in January of this year, the World Health Organization considered the COVID-19 to be a public health emergency. Later on in March, the Center for Disease Control issued that COVID-19 was in fact a global pandemic. Subsequently, our President Donald Trump issued a national emergency, and just this week, our county judge issued a shelter in place for all residents of Harris County. This is indeed a very serious time, not only for us as a nation, but also us as a community. And we must take this extremely seriously. The Cy-Fair Ravens' number one concern are our parents and children that make up our organization. Our members and their best interests and their health are of paramount concern. And while we struggle mightily with the decision, oftentimes waiting to see what other entities were doing, we made this decision soberly and knowing that it's in the best interest of everyone involved. Best believe we are looking forward to getting back on that football field and putting together the type of team that we know not only can have the opportunity to win championships, but also have the opportunity to win lives, to win friendships, and to win a strong understanding of what it is to be a young man or young woman growing up in our society, being surrounded by friends. So for those of you that already have registered for this spring season, we're going to offer you three options. One, if you choose, you can have an absolute refund of all of your registration fees and all of your fundraiser fees. Now, while we understand that some of you may have undertaken some other costs in preparation of the spring season, purchasing helmets, cleats, and other equipment, you can always use that equipment subsequently as we continue with our season in the fall or whenever we get through this global pandemic. The second option is that you can actually take your registration fees and roll them over to our fall football season. Now, our fall fees are usually a little more expensive than our spring fees. However, if you have gone ahead and registered for the spring, we will honor that as your payment toward the fall. So you won't owe any monies toward the fall if that's something that you choose to do. And finally, if you're so inclined, you can actually donate your registration that you've paid for the spring to a needy child coming up in seasons in the future. And we do offer scholarships and donations for some kids that may not be able to pay at that time. And so again, you have those three options. You can have an absolute refund, or you can roll your fees over to the fall, locking in your spring rate, or finally, you can donate your registration fees, and that's totally up to you. This isn't a decision that we made lightly. We were in constant communication with one another, also with our coaches and volunteers, and with our league. And after weighing all of the factors, we believe that it's in the best interest of not only the organization, but of course the children and our families and our volunteers to go ahead and cancel this season. We look forward to getting back on the football field immediately after this pandemic has run its course. We're hoping that we can come together sometime this summer and begin our normal program for fall football. We will be putting out information routinely, letting you know everything that is developing as we discover information. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to call me. My number is on our website, and it's in all of the correspondences, or you can email me at the email address, I'm Coach Q. And I look forward to getting back on that football field. You know, this time reminds me of a poem, one of my favorite poems that I learned several years ago. And I'll only recite one stanza of it. And the poem is called See It Through. When you're up against a trouble Meet it squarely face to face. Lift your chin and set your shoulders. Plant your feet and take a brace. Ravens Nation, Ravens family, we love you and we pray and hope that you stay safe during this time. Make smart choices. Young men and young ladies, stay mentally prepared. Stay on top of your schoolwork. And when it's time to get back on the football field and the cheer field, we'll be waiting for you and we'll be ready. Ravens Nation, rise up.